Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to get started on the G.I. Joe Classified Flint. Now, if you've seen my Lady J review, you know that I had Flint as well too. And I wanted to try to get these out and give them completely different vibes. Because Flint is kind of your no-nonsense guy. Like him and Duke would constantly butt heads back in the cartoons. And sometimes even in the comics. Like they just, even him and Lady J butt heads. But that's kind of why I like those two dynamics. Because they are two completely different people. They come to a point of understanding and friendship and more, depending on which comics continuity you're reading. But I really like their dynamic. But yeah, Flint is awesome. I love that no matter who they are in G.I. Joe, their haircut, even though it's different, is all the same, and it's hilarious between him and Duke. But yeah, let's talk about your main man Flint. I'm gonna raise my camera up a little bit so we can begin talking about Flint. Flint has a very, not generic, but that stereotype of the strong chin, the dude who gets the job done but is also battered and war torn, and he's kind of just followed the job at this point, which is pretty crazy. Like he's doing it, and you can tell by the kind of wrinkles on his face and things like that. But I kind of like this sculpt a lot because it shows you just excuse me, it shows you just how much Flint has gone through and what he continues to go through as a Joe, and he wants to do the right thing and have that right fight. So I like it a lot. The haircut is definitely the Frank Grillo cut is what I call it. It's the kind of guy who shaves the side but keeps a lot of nice, good, slick hair, even towards the back, as you can see here. He has the really cool vest that protects the front chest area and most of the back. It just doesn't touch those pivotal points in the shoulders, but you'll get a lot of protection up front. But if a guy shoots you and he shoots your shotgun shells that you have here, wouldn't your shells explode? I don't know if that's the basic science in me questioning that, but just got to be careful on that part. I mean, just for real. But design wise, it looks fantastic. Articulation wise, we're getting our standard G.I. Joe articulation, as you can see here. But as we get in depth right now, let's talk about it. Like, we have the fact that he can look all the way up with no problem. Looking down, not an issue as well. We have our T-pose, which you see him already in. We have bicep swivel. Our arms can go down and can go up. And we have there is a butterfly joint in there that allows you to go backwards and forwards. Mine's pretty tight on my Flint. And our arms are double jointed. We have a vertical hinge on our left hand, and we have a horizontal one on the right hand. So that shows you, they're going to have some differences in it. I think the only thing that would make this line perfect is if every Joe kind of came with closed fists, because you want to be able to punch out Cobras and Cobras to punch out Joes, because having trigger hands for everything is awesome. But even if you did like an accessory pack where you offered hands for your various Joes and various other people, I think would be great. Especially because I know Redecos, Recolors, V27 version of his costumes are going to come out. It'd be great to start including hands, even if you keep them all the same color. I'm totally fine with that. Flint does have ab crunch underneath his vest. Problem is that crunch is going to be limited by that vest. So that's out of the question in terms of, does he have it with the vest on? No, only with the vest off. As you can see, this is the holder for his shotgun, the sidearm holster. And on our lower articulation, we get our drop down method that we've gotten since the beginning of the line that allows us to raise our legs up. You're going to have a little bit of an issue with his pouch here. You can just go up and around that. On the left leg, it won't be any issue whatsoever. So that means if you want to put him in vehicles, no problem. He's double jointed with tough legs. I don't have any issues on mine. We have our boot cut. On Duke, I had an issue with my guards being slightly inward or outward, depending on whichever leg it was. Same problem I face here, but I think that's actually the way it's designed to be. So it's a nitpick of mine that bothers me because I prefer straight. But I guess if they're aiming inwards, it's probably for a good tactical reason that I don't know of. Then we have our boot, and then we have our downward articulation, forwards, and our generous ankle pivot that always is given by Hasbro with 90% of their figures. But yeah, this line out here is killing the game. Like, I'm not gonna try to sit here and act like, you not getting the really good bang for your buck with 90% of the normal releases in G.I. Joe. You know what I mean? Like, it is there, it's given to you, it's no problem. And as you can see here, I can pose up Flint with no issues. What I'm going to do is drop that down. Let's rezoom in. And as you can see here, Flint has no issues whatsoever, looking good and some good poses. And as you've seen in many of my photos, Mezco weapons work perfectly too. But now we're going to jump into the accessories that he comes with. Because he doesn't come with a lot, I don't really need to take a break. I don't feel the need to take a quick break. But yeah. So a great example is we have our shotgun, right? And I'm going to call this the Flint gun. It does open, which is pretty awesome. There are shotgun shells here. It's painted really well. It has a black matte, and it has a brown, I don't even know what the name is. I forgot. My brain just farted. Sorry about that. But yeah, you can slide. Well, you can't slide it, but this is brown. It's painted really well. And as you saw that I said previously, you can actually holster it. I don't want to holster it all the way in. What I actually do is I leave it up just a little bit, so it looks like you can reach for it. And if you want to try it the other way, in case you want to be a cool dude, try something different, you can place it this way, as if you wanted to pull your shotgun from behind you, which is pretty cool. I actually didn't try that until now, and it actually came out pretty cool. So that could be a nice formation you want, right? Then you have your holster for your sidearm. The pistol does look pretty cool. I was informed by someone that most of these weapons are actually Nerf Weapons, which is also owned by Hasbro. And I didn't realize that until it was too late. But this pistol looks more like a regular pistol, but I can see how it could be modified into a Nerf gun easily. I think that was a pretty smart design. It's pretty safe on their end too. That was pretty smart. And last but not least, Flint does come with Flint's hat, which I thought was awesome because he's almost never seen without it. But at least non-comics continuity. But it's dope that they included it. His beret. So now I can sing my Prince song. She wore a raspberry beret. Well, in this case, it's a black beret, but you get the joint. And it's snug and it fits on perfectly on top of Flint. So you can yo-jo it up, like for real. This is fun. And like I said, because he didn't come with so many accessories, it's still cool though, at least in my opinion, that the little accessories that he came with feel iconic for him. It feels like it works. So even if you did like a V2 Flint without the vest and you did the sweater version of Flint, and let's say you gave him the two pistols, you can give him a green beret this time. There are lots of different things that you can change little in this line, like on characters, and still make them iconic and feel right. And it feels good. I can't front. I like everything that's been coming out of this line, outside of the part that some of them are really difficult to get. Target, but I don't want to take jabs at it, but I do see that things are starting to change and things are starting to be offered on Hasbro Pulse, if you haven't noticed. But yeah, it's been cool. I do like where this is going. So without further ado, let's take a second to get the size comparisons ready, and then get the size comparisons. See you guys in a bit. Alright guys, size comparison time, so let's get to it. Took out a bunch of Joes and a bunch of other stuff that I can compare to, so you guys can have a good old time comparing it, just like me. So we're going to back it up just a little bit, and then we're going to get our guy sized up. So first things first, let's get your homegirl Lady J, because you know she's partners with your main man Flint, in many ways more than one. And J looks really good, but you saw that previously from the J review, right? Here is Scarlet. Next up, we'll do my main man Beachhead. I feel like these two are a very good combination, because Beachhead's also no nonsense, but he'll also make a dude do push-ups in the middle of a training mission. So next up, we have Duke, the forever at odds with Flint, right? And we have a lot of Joes that are technically not all the same size, which is pretty cool. But like I said, I talk about that a lot. Actually, let me pick Flint's head up just a little bit to show you just, you know, what we're getting into. Oop, don't fall now. So they're going to take these guys away, right? And we're going to get some more Joes and some Cobras in there as well. So here is Zartan, with his crazy self, wanting to be just about any and everyone, and probably could be if you really wanted to. You got your boy Roadblock. Kimbo block, depending on, you know, what I'm calling him that day. You have Destro. And, oh, very important, we have a Cobra Trooper that we put out there. Here we are with a Cobra Trooper. So as you can see, Flint is actually a little bit on the smaller side, but still buffer and wider than most. But he'll look really good out there. Now we're going to compare with, oh, we're going to do our last Joe, which is going to be Snake Eyes. So here we are with Snake Eyes. And the ninjas are a little bit on the smaller side. Same can be said for our red ninjas, right? Now here is a Mezco cosplay me. It's on a Gomez body, so you know what a Gomez body will look like next to a Joe, right? Then we have our Lightning Collection White Ranger. Another Hasbro line. Right? Oop. Let's get that foot planted. Oop. That foot was not planted there, sir. There we go. Much better now. And, oh, an Articulated Icons Ninja. So we have a lot of versatility between lines. So we can see what we got going on here, right? Flint seems to be a little bit more in scale with other Hasbro stuff, as well as Icons Ninjas. Mezco is just a little bit bigger than Flint. Next batch of stuff is going to be different. What can we use? Oh, in case you want to do crazy crossovers, here is an SHF Street Fighter Ryu, right? Then we're going to do a SHF Kamen Rider Kuga. Then we are going to do a Marvel Legends Spider-Man. Then we can do an SHF Nick Fury. So lots of different things to test out and see. I actually got space for a little bit more. Just in case you wanted to get super crazy, right? And do G.I. Joe versus Batman. Here is a Mafex Batman to try it out. Last but not least, we're going to do a couple more. Oh, oops, sorry, Flint. We're going to do a couple more guys. Then we're going to get out of here. Right? Here is a Mythic Legions 1.0 body. Here is a Neca Predator, because I feel like Flint would be the guy that looks like the guy who is in a Predator movie, right? I just feel like he would be one of those generic guys who would be in a Predator movie. So don't judge me, because it happens all the time. Then we're going to do an SHF Falcon. See how our Joes stack up some SHF stuff. At least the MCU SHF stuff, right? And Falcon looks like he fits in too. And then we have an SHF in-game Captain America. So now we have some troops. So if you read comics, right, Flint would look really good if you did a Fear Itself story with Cap picking up Thor's hammer and fighting with some townsfolk as well as some of the army. It'll look really, really good if you ever read Fear Itself. If you haven't, go check it out. It's actually really good. Stuart Emmerman drew it. And then it's actually, I can't remember who is the writer right now. I just lost my whole train of thought. Wow. Was it Matt Fraction? I might be wrong. But look up Marvel's Fear Itself. It's really good. And the writer escapes me at this moment, but I know it is drawn by Stuart Emmerman, one of my favorite artists. But yeah, this has been an enjoyable review. I've had a good time with this classified line. I've had a really, really great time just enjoying these toys off camera as well. And I think you guys will be too. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. And as always, please be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.